Hey, folks. So, listen, I was cleaning up some stuff and I came across uh, some of my collection of Corgi Tunnels and Trolls original solo adventure, dual adventure books. And I see, I guess if I hold it on a slight angle or put it in front of me, yes, this virtual blue screen works better, I guess, when I wear light colors. So here's the deal. All right. I find these things showing up on eBay for god awful prices. Now, you see, my books are in pretty good shape. All right. They're not dog eared. I've got, well, I forgot this whole left and right deal. Okay. They're all pretty much off the shelf, mint quality. All right. They are still available from the Tunnels and Trolls website. So don't pay those eBay prices. But they don't have the Corgi edition of the rules. However, this is something that many people don't realize. Inside of these uh, solo adventure game books from Corgi is an abridged version of the Tunnels and Trolls rules, allowing you to play warriors and wizards up to about level 11. So, if you have curiosity about the Tunnels and Trolls game, I don't always know if quick starts are always the best way to go. It's coming from the guy who wrote Swords and Wizardry Light, but that gives you a chance to level. The Tunnels and Trolls Corgi edition books, they give you an abridged version of the Tunnels and Trolls 5th edition rules. They are fully compatible with each other. Now, they range from, I think, $5.95 to $6.95 over on the Flying Buffalo website. Here is the deal, though, with this. All right. Rick Loomis has passed. All right. So I think Steve Crompton and I guess the rest of the Flying Buffalo, the Ken crew are taking care of the Tunnels and Trolls stuff. And the other RPGs, I think Mercenary Spies and Private Eyes is also available. These, and by the way, City of Terror, let's see if I can get this to come out straight. City of Terror is, oh geez, there we go, is just one adventure. It's not a dual book, but it does have the abridged rules. I can't tell from the website if that is a regular City of Terrors edition or it's the Corgi edition. I think the Corgi edition is more collectible. If you're getting Tunnels and Trolls stuff to collect, Corgi stuff, you're not going to find on store shelves. You're probably not going to find it at your bargain bookstores or used bookstores because it really wasn't distributed in the U.S. per se, but Flying Buffalo has them in stock. New old stock, as they say, right? So you can grab them. They're $5.95. Problem with the Flying Buffalo website is it's there, but it's not online for sale. So you'd have to call or email and talk to a live person to make your purchase. And when you do call, I would advise that you ask about City of Terrors. Is it the Corgi edition or is it the full-size edition? I personally think that the Corgi editions are the ones that are going to drive a better product for you because they are rare, at least in the States. Nobody really had a chance to buy them. I personally really enjoy Tunnels and Trolls. These are solos, but with the abridged rules, if you can get your hands on a Game Master adventure for t.n.t, they are available online. Some people have them available for free that they've written. You can run with that. I just find Tunnels and Trolls is a relaxing, simple game to enjoy and play. My one critique about the solos, and this is just a critique in solos, I guess, in general, and maybe not just Tunnels and Trolls, is I can never finish them. I always wind up dying. Now, I don't know if that means that my regular RPGs, my GMs are nice and kind to us and take care of us and don't put us in a position where we're going to get killed. But these are, generally speaking, very lethal adventures. However, you're getting a chance to play solo. Tunnels and Trolls works very well as a solo RPG. Uh, it also works fairly well as a group RPG in the hands of the right GM. You just have to realize that uh, basically for each round of combat, one side wins or the other side wins. One side takes damage and the other side does not take damage, unless you get to later editions when we add spike damage and stuff like that. But I do feel that Tunnels and Trolls is an overlooked old school game. All right. One of these, I guess we call these vidcasts, right? One of these vidcasts, when I do games from the basement, I'm going to bring out my second edition of Tunnels and Trolls, which was Ken St. Andre's personal play copy, which means it's missing the back cover. But this was not even real cover. This is stuff that was, printed on typing paper and just run off probably at somebody's college. Okay, Rick, what do you got here? T.n.t. solo adventures were great back in the day, just like Steve Jackson's sorcery game books. Well, if we're going to talk about Steve Jackson solo adventures, something that and this is something else I'll probably drag out from the basement or the closet, is the GURPS Conan solo adventures. Those are doable. When I say they're doable, it means you can actually have a character that will survive the adventure played as is. I'm not saying that you will, but it's certainly a possibility. They were very well written adventures, and a great treatment of the Conan property and its GURPS. Could you run that with a GURPS Lite? Certainly. I think as a solo, you'd probably want to. I don't think you want to go full GURPS. It's like it's a heavy system. I would certainly be happy to play it. I don't know if I could run it. Dungeon Fantasy is a game I'd love to run. I own the box set. I backed the Kickstarter. And I think in the hands of a skilled GM, it would rock and roll. I consider myself to be a skilled GM, but I am not a master or even a journeyman when it comes to knowledge of the GURPS system. I haven't run it since the earlier box set back in the 80s. I mean, I have here another thing that could probably come up on Games from the Basement is Man to Man and Orc Slayer. Okay, this was, I guess, prototype GURPS. This was GURPS before GURPS became GURPS. And it was certainly an interesting, inside view on what the system would become. So, yeah. But, Tunnels and Trolls hold a special place in my gaming heart. And the funny thing is, my first introduction to Tunnels and Trolls was probably 1983 or 84. I was still in high school. My friend Andrew D. Broke out the Tunnels and Trolls rulebook. This is before Oriental Adventures, and I think that was 85. I could be wrong. And tried to get us to play a game of Tunnels and Trolls, and I was like, I don't think I like this game. And I didn't, because it was all D6s. And that's the reason why I didn't like Champions, because Champions was all D6. And how good a game can it be if it doesn't require special dice? Because, I was a gaming elitist at the time. But in my older years, I've gotten a real appreciation for T.n.t. and the simplicity. You don't always need a complicated game to run an in-depth, enjoyable game session. T.n.t. does a fine job. The latest edition is T.n.t. Deluxe. I will have to say that I do think that the rules that you'll find in these books is my soft spot, which is the 5th edition of the rules, maybe 5.5. I have many different editions or versions, many different printings of the 5th edition and the 5.5e version of the rules. including the black box, the little gold foil from Britain, and then the orange box that's undersized with the orange book, again, from the UK. And then you had 5 and 5e, and then different printings of that with different covers. Yeah. I know some people collect old D&D stuff. I find collecting old Tones and Trolls stuff to be a bit more viable for the completist in you. Not everybody is shooting for it, although I've seen some outrageous prices for some of this stuff. The first edition of the rules I did not have. I have a reprint of that. I don't have a copy of the third edition. Although from what I've seen, the third edition had the same cover as the second edition. I don't know what the real differences are. I gotta look. So, but yeah, these range except from $5.95. All right, if I put it in front of me, there we go, $5.95 to $6.95. They are on the Flying Buffalo website. Flying Buffalo has no idea I'm doing this. I just figured I found this stuff in my closet. I was clearing out some other stuff, and I was like, yeah. I mean, I'll tell you the truth. I actually bought these in bulk. I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago, and it was great because I actually wanted to give them out on the blog. Oh, and that reminds me, and I don't know. We got some viewers here. We've got like 165, 170 people subscribed to the channel. So this is what I'd like to do. When we hit 200, when we hit 500, when we hit 750, when we hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to give away, I'm going to have a special episode of Tavern Chat Live, and it'll be up, and I'll give a 24-hour period where people can subscribe and comment. And if you comment and you are subscribed, I'll put you in for a giveaway, and for each of those marks, we'll give away $100 in RPG Now credit. I think that'll be fun. Yeah, I'd like to grow the channel. I think between this and the blog and the podcast, I think it all works well together. But we got to try to grow it. So, and giving away stuff is always fun. Yeah, Rick, my second RPG was Gamma World, and that was another shock to the system, where your character started out with all their HP. So they were very survivable at first level if you pick the right combination and the right stats. But Rick is T.n.t. was my second fantasy RPG in 1984. I loved it from the first. I only have deluxe and PDF. Got to contact Ken San Andre about getting a signed hardcover. I have signed Ken's second edition copy that I have from him is signed, and I have, I think, a copy of the 1E reprint that was signed. I think that was thanks to Tim Shorts over at Gothridge Manor. So 2 thumbs up on that one. But yeah, all right. Well, folks, again, Flying Buffalo doesn't know. I hope their phones go crazy. Actually, do I have? Why would I even? Oh, here we go. I can even give you their phone number, and then you can call and abuse them, and ask them, "Do you have this in stock?" Now, shipping charge is $11 per order, so not per item, per order. And that's domestic. All right. So I'm going to suggest that, especially when it comes to these books, these fine books, and remember, City of Terror, verify that it's the Corgi edition, but you can get 2 solos, adventures, and an abbreviated version of the rules for a mere $5.95, $6.95. Tunnels and Trolls number is 480-945-6917 in the U.S. Or you can go to our website and you can email if you prefer email. But yeah, get your gaming group. Everybody should be grabbing stuff. If this stuff was put out new right now, if somebody was kickstarting books of this size, they'd be $20 a pop. All right, guaranteed $20 a pop. and here's your opportunity to get them for $7 or less. The one that's out there is the Corgi Rules. It's like a reddish cover. I think I have 2 beat up copies of it. I paid more than I should have. I have yet to find that in print, and they don't have it in the Flying Buffalo store. But like I said, these come with abbreviated versions of the rules. So give it a shot. Give it a try. All right, folks. Thank you very much for spending a little time with me. This is, I guess you could say, YouTube exclusive, not going up on the podcast side. So I do appreciate it. All right, folks. Laters.